everyone, this is Jewelry Vlog number 4. Today's vlog will include a tutorial on sewing. And right now we are at my home work shop. And I am working on a piece of homework that is a 3 by 3 inch square with a 25 hole design. I'm going to give you a little walkthrough of the tools and materials that are necessary for this project. I'm working on a 3 inch by 3 inch sheet of 18 gauge brass. I have a nice wooden table to anchor my bench pin and anvil. This is a bench pin. It's used as a base for sawing. This is the anvil, which screws onto the table. The ones that are used in the FIT labs are drill down. This is one that's meant to be portable, and it has a nice heavy surface for hammering. I am working with this wooden handle saw frame, relatively shallow. It's pretty good there. And my saw blades. I have about three of each size, but I've broken so many throughout my work that I have to look through what I have left. So I have a 3/0, which is appropriate for the 18 gauge piece that I'm working, but the number of the saw blades will determine how wide the cut will be. And because I'm working with such small shapes, I want the inlay cuts to be very thin. So for the purpose of my project, I'm going to be working with a 4/0. Standard saw frame has 3 adjustable screws on it. The right side screw controls the angle position of the top jaw, and the screws on top and bottom left are used to mount your saw blade. So to start, I will take a 4/0 saw blade, which is in the package. I need to get one that is not wrapped up. 3/0s. Where are my 4/0s? Where are my? Oh, here we go. 4/0 saw blade. Looks like a needle. Very, very thin. Very, very sharp. So you make sure that the teeth are pointing down. And again, you wouldn't be able to see them because they're way too tiny to be seen on this camera. You stick the blade through one end, screw it, pull down the frame, put in the blade, screw it. Then, see it bends, you pull up this end and screw into place. And if you've done this correctly, it shouldn't twang, it should be very solid. That would be the standard way of applying a blade to your frame. But because I'm working with a piece that is drilled, it's a little bit more complicated. I will have to put the piece through the blade and then fasten it to both sides of the frame. It's a little too cumbersome to hold the camera while putting in the saw blade and getting my metal prepped. So I've already done it, and as you can see, it's through the hole and out the other end. And it's just kind of hanging there on the blade. So now I'm going to start sawing. So I have the metal now mounted on my bench pin. And when you're sawing, you want to make sure to go in a up and down motion without leaning forward or back. And also, it's a good idea not to move your frame around, but to turn the metal as you are sawing. Additionally, you shouldn't abruptly stop sawing when you're cutting out something because it will break your saw frame blade. That's going to get the shape out straight up and down motion. Don't want to go too fast, or it's coming out nice. It's very complicated to move your metal around so it doesn't fall. To finish off, I'm just going to give you a few tips. Tip 1, go slowly, because if you don't, this will happen. Oh my. Tip 2, get a thick cotton apron, like this one that I'm wearing. The reason why you need cotton or any other natural fibers is because, first of all, a thick apron will slow down the process of burning. So the thinner your apron is, the more likely that the metal will burn through your fabric if it falls on you. And 2, natural fibers burn through, whereas man-made fibers melt and ball up and will adhere to the skin. Tip 3, make sure your fingers are never in the line of fire when you're sawing. If you feel uncomfortable with the position of your metal, pick it up and reposition it, because jeweler saws are very, very, very sharp. And they look little and inconspicuous, but they are very, very dangerous. They can cut through bone, just as they can cut through metal. You can probably cut through just about anything, so keep your fingers out of the line of fire if you know it's good for you.